James, you mute everybody, and then I'll unmute myself.
There you go. And I started the recording as well.
All right, awesome. What's up, everybody? My name is Kristen Jenkins, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm running tonight's call. So I am super excited because holy moly, this Fast Start Consultant incentive that they launched today. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, please, after this call, do yourself a favor, go on isafyi.com, and you can read more about the details there. But hopefully whatever group you're in, whichever leader you have, they posted in the Facebook pages. I know that we did. And I am going to start off tonight's call with how we can really optimize this exciting incentive for the next month to not only bring in some new amazing customers that are going to experience the biggest upfront bonus potential that they've really ever done just by getting 2 people. I've never seen anything more than this. I don't know if Jamie Lynn or anyone that's been here a little bit longer has, but that not only is it going to help them get fired up, but who's still going for the Crystal Director Rapid Reset? Right? Okay, I don't see as many hands up as every Hollywood square should have their hand up, unless you already hit it and you're a badass and then you just want to keep hitting it. So go for that. But if you're still going for, even if you're still going for the manager, you guys, like if you miss the Crystal Reset for the manager, you 100% can still get 6 new consultants by the deadline of, what is it, March? It's, I think I have it written down. I know I should know that. Sorry. Okay, so it's in March. We have a couple more weeks left. But let's just quickly review what the Fast Start Consultant bonus is. So if you bring on a new customer starting today through March 31st, they have the ability to earn $150 consultant bonus if they bring on just 2 people in their first 2 weeks from when they enrolled. I'm going to say it again, and I like to use people. So I enroll Jamie Lynn today, okay? She gets started today, February 25th. She has from today 14 days to bring on 2 people, one on her right, one on her left. And instead of the $50 consultant bonus that Isagenix gives, they are going to give $150. So let's talk about if she brings on 2 value packs, right, with her. Do you guys know what that means? 2 value packs in the same week would be what? $400, right? $200 each, plus another $150. $550 that person can make back in their first 2 weeks. Not even counting cycles and residual and all that fancy stuff. So I don't know about you, but I am blitzing to every person that has given me a cost objection about getting started, every person that I'm following up with and saying, look, this is the time to grab 2 of your friends and get started because you will make more than what you paid back. Value pack is $5.89, so yes, shipping's a little bit more, but it's food, right? So they're going to make exactly what they're spending back. So yes, this is for US dollars. For the Canadian, it's an extra 110 Canadian dollars. Thank you, Heather, for posting that. In addition to the 55. So you are correct, it's $165. So a couple strategies, like I said, that I want to review with you guys on how I'm going to optimize this. Follow-up list, like I just said. Going back to every person that has used their own finances as an excuse to start it and really planting that seed that even if they just brought on 2 basic packs, or even if they brought on just 2 people with 100 BV, they're going to get $150 back. That's amazing, right? So you can start meet the person where they are in this instance for them to become a consultant. Is my internet connection a little off? It was getting a little fuzzy. Can you still hear me, Jamie Lynn? Thumbs up.
It was getting a little bit fuzzy, but we can hear you much better now.
Okay. I came back in my office. My kitchen has better Wi-Fi. My husband was like, "Can you please stop doing Zoom calls in the kitchen? You have this beautiful office." So fingers crossed. Sorry if I'm like in the corner of my house. Okay. So that's strategy 1 is following up, right? Strategy 2, you guys, is just painting the picture from the start about your new customer, whoever you're bringing on board, however you're meeting them and getting them on board, to post on Facebook and get there to people right away. We had an amazing leadership Zoom call last week with Emily Vavra, and she talked to us about how right before the leadership Zoom, she was on a new customer enrollment call. She had the paper enrollment like in front of her. She was like, "I just enrolled this woman, and I already told her as soon as I get off this call, I'm going to text you exactly what to post on Facebook." Before the girl even has her products. Who's doing that out there? I know I'm not doing that for every person. I do it after they have their products, after they're like a week in and they're comfortable, and I'm like, "All right, now you're loving it, let's post." But why not just suggest it from the start, regardless if the person wants to do the business or not, right? If they're not sure about the business, and that's why you're hesitating on telling them to post, which I'm sure is most of us, right? It's the way that you word it. You just have to say to them, "Look, you're going to have such awesome success on this program from the start if you have 2 of your people that are closest with you doing this with you. Everything you've done, weren't you more successful if you had your best friend or your coworker or your husband or someone that was cheering you doing this with you? Would you be open to just throwing this out there into Facebook and just seeing who would join you? Don't prejudge. You don't know if your friends don't want to join you during the journey." So just, I think if you casually mention it that way, when you are getting the enrollment, it will set that person up to get those 2 people within those 14 days. Much easier than waiting. We good with that? Yes. Okay, I'm getting a couple nods. All right, awesome. I am kind of reading the chat, so if you have questions or thoughts or whatever, please type them in. Okay, so those were my tips primarily for creating this Fast Start Consultant bonus. A couple questions, and you guys can read more into this because I don't want to spend a ton of time on this because it is out there on ISA FYI, is they have to be a new customer enrolled today through March 31st. It cannot be someone that was enrolled last week and they haven't become an associate yet. So it has to be a brand new person's start date is today through the 31st. Now, if you bring on a person on March 31st, they still have 14 days from March 31st to get this Fast Start Consultant bonus. Okay? So we have a month. Bring on those new customers and get them excited and have them earning a minimum of $150 bonus. Like, I think that's awesome. Sounds way better than 50 when you're talking to someone. So talk it up. And then for your new customers, the last thing I'll say about this, that you've already enrolled these last couple of months, this is the time to paint that picture to them too. If they have a couple of people that they've brought on board, help create them as managers, right? As directors. Dig deep down in your downline. Everyone should know about this promotion. Okay. The second thing that we were going to talk about today is events. So don't log off of the Zoom because you're sick of hearing people talk about events. I know we all hear it a lot, but I have a little different twist with this today. And you guys, I already did kind of do a blurb about events a couple of weeks ago. But I just really want to get on real about they are so important. And I'm also going to give you different types of events that will help build your business. Because for those of you that don't know me that well, or maybe haven't heard my story, I just recently started doing Isagenics full time. But for the past 3.5 years, I was building Isagenix as a full-time sales executive in corporate America with twin babies. When I jumped into this business, my babies were 6 months old. 6-month babies, okay? Working full-time. And then I also was just a part-time group fitness instructor because it was the only time I was going to get to the gym to teach. But that also takes prep for anyone that's in the fitness industry. Like, you can't just show up to a class and wing it. So I had every excuse to not go to live events and to not really plug into events because life was happening. So everyone is going to have an excuse to not get to ISA-U in Atlantic City or ISA-U Las Vegas. Every single one of us. If I told you right now to take out a piece of paper and to write down the excuses of why you should not be going or could not go, every one of us, me included, I could write out at least 5 of why I probably couldn't get there. Fair? We're always going to have excuses. But you have to decide when you want to take this seriously and stop using those excuses as a way to block your own success with this company, because that is what you are doing. You are limiting your ability to succeed with this industry, with Isagenix, if you're letting those excuses get in the way. Okay? So drop them, lose them. And it's hard. Trust me, I still have excuses that pop into my head all the time, every day. And it takes that power and that drive and whatever that can motivate me to make that shift for me to say, you know what? No, I'm going to get done what I'm trying to get done. No, you know what? I'm going to buy that ticket because I will find a way to get to that event. I don't care how I do it. Okay. So put it into perspective. If you are going to see a doctor, if you are going to hire a lawyer, if you're going to get your hair done, if you are going to train with a personal trainer, would you train with someone that has had the actual education and certifications and experience? Or would you be like, oh, this doctor posts on Facebook about how many people he has cured, and I really trust his judgment, so I'm going to go to that doctor, but he's never attended any training. I'm being raw and real tonight, guys, right? Or, like, do you understand what I'm saying here? Okay. So this Zoom is amazing, and it fires me up every Monday night to be like surrounded with all of you, and we learn from so many different types of people, and it just gets the week going. So this is an event, but this isn't the events that are the non-negotiable that are going to truly build your business, okay? You have to get to the physical events. There is a difference. You learn from trainers that you are not learning from in Zooms. You might meet someone in line in the bathroom that could change your life. Truly, I have met other leaders at events that are now some of my closest friends that I'm not financially connected with, and we have done joint Zooms and joint events. I mean, it's incredible. So you're just limiting your own ability to grow by not getting out there, okay, and getting to these events. Something else that Emily Vavra talked a lot about on this Zoom, which it really spoke to me, and I actually do have it written down because I think this was really powerful, is she said that the leaders are the ones that are in action. And I want you guys to really take that in. You are all a leader if you are truly in action. I don't care if you don't have anybody enrolled to you. If you are in action, you are a leader. If you're getting to events and you have 2 people that you have ever brought on board with Isagenix, but you got to that event, guess what? You are a leader. You are more of a leader than someone that has enrolled 40 people and hasn't been to 1 live event. I'm just throwing it out there. Sorry, I love you guys, but the leaders go first, right? The leaders make this a priority. if this was your job, your business, that your salary was reliant on you getting on a plane or driving 4 hours to an event, would you go? 100%. And we all expect to make 6 figures in this business, or whatever amount is going to drastically change your life. It doesn't have to be 6 figures, whatever it is that you're working towards, but maybe not go to every event, the core events. You're making it harder on yourself, right? The leaders are in action. People are watching. We all have that dream team, right? So I have, like, right here on my vision board to the right of my office is a picture of my dream team. Other influencers, networkers, just badass women, men, whatever, that I want on my team. They are not going to join me if they don't see me at events doing the do with a team, right? Aren't you inspired by watching people's stories and posts and hearing of people that go and do these fun events, and you see everything and you're like, wow, that person is committed. They are watching you. 100% they are watching you. And these are the people that aren't even liking and commenting on your posts most of the time. They are the ones that are watching you. So again, if you expect to bring those people in to your team and you have that vision, you have to be showing up before they are there. You don't just go to an event because now you have a business builder that wants to come with you. You get there first and you keep going. And it's going to take a longer time for that team to grow, and that's okay. We are all on different journeys. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different lives. But it will happen. Jimmy Smith says the only way to fail in this business is to quit. And I have been doing this now for 4 years. I've had a lot of people come in and out of doing this business. And the only ones that have failed are the ones who have quit. Okay? So you stay excited. Oh, someone got fired up. Okay, we're back. So these events are placed to build your business, right? You're going to build to the next event. So we had New Year kickoff. Now we have ICUs coming up the first weekend in May. This is it. You only get one chance to go to ICU that weekend, Las Vegas or Atlantic City. Get there, guys. ICU is truly one of my favorite events because it is like the dirt, the learning, the grind. Like, you really learn good stuff. Then we have Celebration coming up, interspersed with all other local events, right? I'm not saying you have to get to every single local event, okay? Just get to some events that are drivable or a short plane ride, right? Get there. So the last thing that I wanted to do is, well, 2 other things, is I have one of my amazing teammates that I just wanted her to share her experience about events, because she really could have had every excuse to not get to events. And she built an incredible team, is still building. She's on fire with her momentum right now. And I just want you to hear from her that it really was events that made the shift for her. So my girl, Sue Boehm. I see you. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. So Sue is one of my Crystal executives, and she came on board not this past summer, but the summer before. So we had Celebration in Las Vegas, okay? And she started the products in early May?
Yes.
Okay, early May. And Celebration that year is the first week of August, okay? So May, June, July, August, so about 2 months in. Sue did not join me for the business. She just wanted to come on board for the products, okay? She was watching transformations. We reconnected. And I started to plant the seed. But Sue, I want you to just give like a quick little story of how that all kind of fell into play with getting yourself to Celebration that year within your first 3 months.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, so Kristen was absolutely correct. She did start to plant the seed fairly early. But I always just thought, no, I don't think so. I don't, how am I going to Vegas? I live in New York. That's completely out of, context. It's not going to happen. That's impossible. But then as I started sharing, and then in May and then June came and she was like, listen, there's this promo where it's Boom in June. And if you share with 8 people, you get a free room in Vegas. And I'm like, that sounds crazy, but it'd be something fun to think about. There's no way I'm going to Vegas, but let's see what happens. I started just casually sharing, I'm a teacher. I work in a school with women and it's the summertime. And I was loving the product. So I just naturally was like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm drinking these shakes. I feel so good. I've lost my baby weight. Like, who wants to try this with me? And people just started naturally, like, they trust you. You're their friend. Like, sure, I'll try it. So it started building momentum. And I thought, oh my God, Kristen, she might be right. I might be able to do this. And she just kept pouring belief in me, which was huge because I thought, who am I? Like, I've tried things before. Who's going to just want to do this with me? But she was like, you can do this. Like, people want to feel healthy. They want to feel good. They're attracted to positivity. So I just kept putting it out there. And then lo and behold, I got 8 people to come on board and try these drinks and these shakes, and they felt awesome. And I won this trip to Vegas. And I mean, like, the most gorgeous room. And I remember thinking, oh my God, my summer just did a total 180. So I'm not just like dragging the kids to the pool. I have a trip to Vegas to look forward to. Now I was like, how am I going to break it to my husband? And I was like, you're going to have to be home with the kids for like 4 days by yourself, 4 nights, 5 days, whatever. And he's like, I can't believe you would think you wouldn't bring me. And I'm like, what? Like, we went to Sesame Place. How are we going to go? We're going to Vegas together now? Like, this is insane. And he had never been to Vegas. So we ditched the kids with my parents, and then we were off. And we had no idea what we were going into. I mean, talk about excuses. I hadn't seen Kristen in over 15 years. Like, I didn't know anyone on her team. It was a blessing my husband wanted to come because I felt so much more at ease having him there. But when we walked into this huge arena, this huge conference center, I should say, I didn't even see the girls. I was a little late. So like, that's an awkwardness, but I just felt this positivity and this light and this energy from this company. I mean, if you guys haven't been to Celebration or a corporate event yet, you need to go. Like, signage everywhere, verbiage, like, they're patting you on the back when you walk in, they're high-fiving you. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, who are these people? Why are they so damn happy? Like, aren't we supposed to be sitting in a boring training and like taking notes all damn day? Why are they so pumped up? I walk in, there's a DJ pumping on the stage, there's light shows and everything. Like, it was a party. Kristen, I find her, I'm hugging her, I'm like, oh my God, what did I just come and commit to? But I'm already in love with this. And then from there, it was like my husband fell in love with the whole idea. We really thought, like, wow, this is something I can do. Like, you meet people, like she was saying, other associates. I met girls on the team, and you just connect with them, and feeling and talking to them in person really just makes you see, like, you're not alone. It's cool to be positive. It's cool to be healthy. And it's really fun to want to share with others and make money on the side. So it's like, it makes everything okay. Everything that maybe you had doubts about vanishes. Like, you are built up, your self-esteem and what you can do in this company. And just as a sharer and a product user, you're like, wow, I didn't realize there was so much to offer. I had zero like information about Isagenix prior, just doing my shakes, but then all of a sudden there's this business opportunity. Like, there's more than just winning a room in Vegas. I can actually provide financial income on the side while I'm teaching, and I can have this, little comfort pocket for my family. Like, holy crap, like, who wouldn't want this? Thank God I earned that room. I mean, my whole world changed about what is network marketing. I had a very closed mind prior to it. And then all of a sudden, my whole mindset shifted because people like Emily Vavra presented on stage to me. People, all these like, you meet the Coovers. I met the Coovers at my second event. Like, it's insane when you just see what is possible. And because they come and they hang out with you guys. Like, it's not like I won some award and I get to meet them. Like, they come and they dance with you. Like, these are normal, amazing people that want the best for you and your family, which is what I fell in love with about the events. Like, they are family forward, family driven, and it's not the same in other places. Even in a school, I don't get support as a mother. This place it's magical. Like, it's like Disneyland. If you've never been to Disneyland, you don't know what it's like. You need to go to a corporate event, because until you really get there and meet this culture and these people and what's possible. Like you can finally dream and I feel like alive, like because of Isagenix again. I feel like I can really do something positive for my family that I never thought of. And it's scary as hell, but it's so exciting. And you need to get there to feel it and to see what is possible for you and what dreams you have. Deep dark down in your bottom of your heart, there's something that this is going to awaken inside of you. So my wish for all of you is to get your butts to an event, because it will change your life 100%. You're going to either know in or are you out, like once you walk in the door.
I love you. You're so great. She fires me up. I want to go to an event this weekend.
Let's go.
But I think what was so special about what you just said is that it was your whole summer took a 180 in a matter of a month. You didn't even know, you thought you were just saying yes to these health products, and you started to feel better, and then you surrounded yourself with this culture in this community. And you guys, yes, she could have still been on Zoom calls, which she was, and doing those things, but this lit her up. I don't want to say that Sue wouldn't have still rose to the top, because she's a very special, amazing woman, but it probably would have been a lot harder for her had she not caught that real life live vision of Jane, can you mute and then unmute me, mute everybody. You guys make sure your lines are muted, please. Okay, thanks. But it just it could have changed her life completely in a different way had she not gotten there. And she's East Coast. Getting to Vegas, even though she won the rooms, guys, was not easy, okay? She has 2 little kids, limited time that she's a teacher, so she has limited time that she can be away from them. It was the summer, but her husband took off but I also love that you included your spouse too. So whether you have a partner, a spouse, or just a best friend, if that will help you feel more comfortable, bring them with you. Let them experience the culture and the community too. I will never forget, my husband's first event was a celebration, and he said to me, and he's always been supportive, but the very first night of the first day, we got back to the hotel room and he was like, I get it. I get it now. I see why you're working so hard. I want this more for you now than I ever did before. And I get teared up about that, but it's true. Had I not forced him, I forced him to get to that event, people. He did not come yay. It was a lot to leave our 1.5-year-old at that time, but he got there. But it changed everything. So Sue, I just have a couple more questions for you, because then we can wrap up this call, but I think this is really powerful too. So you are a teacher. So for anyone out there that is also in education or knows how limited time off is in education, how many days off do you get when you're working?
So I get 2 personal days for the entire year. I can have sick days, but I'm not going to call in sick and then be in Philadelphia or Atlantic City and get, myself in trouble. I'm not going to do that. So 2 personal days.
Okay. So the next event, so Sue went to Celebration. You went to New Year Kickoff too, right?
Celebration was in the summer, so that's perfect. For me, I'm going. But you're right. Ian takes off now. This is going to be our 3rd one. He's already takes that time off. He loves it. He can't wait to see everybody. So yeah, I went to New Year Kickoff. I took a personal day to get there on, I leave Thursday night. I got there at 1:30 in the morning, Phoenix time, and I was up in the rooms at 8 o'clock online or something insane like that. And I hate the morning, so that just shows my dedication.
So this is still Sue's first year in building. I'm painting the picture for you all. She used one of her only 2 personal days. She has 2 children at home, you guys, that she could be taking a day off with them, but she chose to commit to this business because she knows what the bigger picture and what it's going to do for her business.
Well, what I blocked my 2nd day is going to be for Atlantic City. So I always know going in New Year Kickoff now, ICU, and last year I was at ICU Philly. You guys were training and hosting was amazing, and that was my son's 3rd birthday, the actual day. And trust me, I got crap from my family, but I knew, not my husband, he supported me 100%. I knew this is where I need to be for my family. I will celebrate with my son. It doesn't have to be that day. I'm going here and I'm sacrificing for him.
Yeah, I love it. It's so powerful. And you guys, she had the opportunity because she rank advanced to Crystal Executive right before that. So she was in the luncheon with Jim and Kathy Coover at ICU in Philadelphia last year. And she had the chance to actually say this to Kathy Coover in the room. Everyone was crying. It was like so powerful. But again, if you had asked her, like if any of this would have been happening, she would have said like, no way. Like, I don't think so, whatever. But she understood the importance. And once she got to one event, it became a non-negotiable. But also all those of us who have been doing this for a while, who thinks they've been to every ICU, they've been to every celebration, they've been to every New Year kickoff. No, that's BS. Every event is just as important as the one before, if not more, because it will explode your business in a different way. And she just recently drove 3 hours for a local event from one of her new amazing business builders with her, who drove 4 hours in Philadelphia. And they're killing the rapid reset. So you guys, the proof is in the pudding, or the protein, as I like to say, right? If you get to events, your business will explode. Done. Can we like be done now? Like everyone, if you don't have your ICU ticket, are you going to buy it? I hope I sold you on your ICU ticket. And here's the thing too. I think this is funny because I don't know. Some people always think there's a catch. Like your team doesn't get bonus for the more tickets bought. Okay. Like it doesn't work that way. Isagenix doesn't even make money at events, just so that you know. Okay. But this is what the foundation and the belief in your business that's where it comes from, is getting to these live events. Okay. The last thing that I'm going to quickly talk about, 2 more minutes, I promise, is the other types of events that you can be doing besides the corporate ones are, and real quick too, isagenixevents.com. I don't want to hear anybody saying that there's no events near me, because there are events everywhere. Everywhere somewhat drivable. Okay? You can drive 4 or 5 hours there and back in a day for an event if it means that much to you. Jamie Lynn and Curly and I drove to our team in Virginia for the evening while cleansing. It was 4-hour drive there and 4-hour drive back in the same day. We walked in our house at 2 a.m. Do you think it was important to us? Yes. So you can do it. All right. And bring your kids if you have to events. Isagenix promotes that. We do not discriminate. We don't say you can't have children there. There are kids crying, laughing, screaming. It's amazing. I want that. This is a family business. So if you can't find childcare, you pack one up, go. People will help watch your kids for you. So the other 2 things is virtual events. You guys know I'm super passionate about the virtual Facebook parties. They've really worked well for our team, especially when we have these rapid resets happening for building consultants. So you guys can Google, or in Isagenix Business, they have my videos of the virtual parties or my timeline. Or get in touch with your leader. Virtual parties are very easy to run. I highly recommend that you guys put one on in the next week or 2, especially with this rapid or fast start consultant bonus. And that's easy, you guys. You could do it right here in your home. No one has to physically go anywhere, right? And then the socials. You don't have to do this big event at a hotel, okay? Just start to invite people over to taste the products. We've been doing protein and Prosecco, or Prosecco and protein parties. It's been fun. You know, people don't think it's just like healthy and you can't enjoy a cocktail. Like, it's all about balance. So you can do whatever type of party you want, but you don't have to do a big presentation with a PowerPoint. We used to do that. Like, honestly, I used to have a sip and sample and have like a big PowerPoint up. It's not duplicatable. Just invite people over, talk about the products, share your experiences. You're building that relationship. They're fun, but also do this with your new customers. So if you bring on someone this week, really encourage them. Say, would you want to host a tasting next week? Or if I hosted a tasting, if they live local to you, hey, if I hosted a tasting for you and your friends, do you think you could get anyone to come and just learn more? Just throw it out there. You have nothing to lose, right? So get to events. That was the big takeaway from tonight. Like I said, we all have excuses, but you really just have to learn how to use your excuse as the reason why. If it is your children, if it is your job, whatever it might be. Because every leader that is on here that you aspire to be is at every event, no matter what. Right? Okay. Any questions? Do you guys still love me? Maybe people are like, I don't know. You're all gonna like.
I want to share something real quick. I would love to share this with y'all, and I'll send it out to all the leaders. But I posted this week on my team's page a trajectory of what my business looked like based on the events that I attended in my first 18 months in Isagenix correlated with my income. Okay. I have no problem sharing this. I just ask that if you're going to share it with your teams, that you guys don't send this out to prospects. Okay. That's the only thing I ask, because it is financials and I don't want it to be misrepresented. But for those of you who are already involved, I think it's so important for you guys to see how powerful events are as it relates to the growth of your business. And I mean, if this doesn't tell it, if this doesn't convince you, I don't know what else would. So I will share that, and you guys can add that to all of your individual respective pages.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you, Renee. Yeah, send that to us and we'll post it for sure. And there's been a couple others out there on Isagenix Business. Like I know Julie, I think it was, or no, I forget who it was, but someone else posted that too. They went from like 10 cycles and then went to 2 events and ended up at like 80 cycles a week. So, anybody else have anything else to share or questions about the Fast Start Consultant Bonus or events? All right, not too bad. Only 9 minutes over.